So, why am I reviewing this movie? Because I owe it to my kill count video that I did, which has, at this time, around 4.5 million views. Thank you. Headless Horseman. From director Anthony C. Ferrante, who directed Sharknado 1-5, comes one of his earlier works, The Blot. A group of 7 friends take a wrong turn that leads them into a town called Wormwood. With their van dismantled and suspicions on high, they decide it's best to leave town. But the townsfolk won't let them. You're gonna stay here and you're gonna like it. Because of the locals' curse that has been haunting them for generations. 7 heads, 7 for him, 7 for hell. I grew up loving this movie, and finally watching it again after who knows how long, I ended up still really loving it. It's got hammy actors and actresses that definitely deliver fun performances, a genuine Halloween-esque vibe in a spooky old town, great gore, great effects, awesome music, and more. The acting can be considered bad, but I think they knew what they were going for. This wasn't an arty picture, and some lines as well as deliveries are just cringeworthy, but oh so cheesy. It sounded intentional. Richard Mole is my favorite character, especially for all his craptacular one-liners. You scum-sucking mules! You scum-sucking swabs of spit! Your heads are history! Party nuts. I loved all the characters, though. They seemed like fun people to be around. To the guy who constantly says jackass as an insult and can't seem to stop blinking. To the couple who used tiny stick people to reenact a pregnancy joke that was actually pretty funny. Don't hurt me! When any character died, I was bummed. In that regard, this was a very 80s slasher-esque vibe of a film that had characters straight out of A Nightmare on Elm Street. I say a Freddy Krueger movie and not a Jason Voorhees movie because they're thinking characters who try to figure out how to survive and stop the evil. They don't have sex all over town and aren't complete idiots. On October 27th, 2007, this film was shown on the Sci-Fi Channel. I watched it every night and loved it. It was a true Halloween time treat, not only in release date but in style too. The town of Wormwood just looks old and rotted, with cobwebs and dilapidated buildings, giving the whole set an old village vibe that I truly loved. Camera work and lighting are both solid during day and night. The cinematography was stellar. Supposedly, while filming in the junkyard, it was learned that it was haunted, so they had a priest come in twice after the first time wasn't successful. And after each ritual that was completed, the production company donated to the church very generously. Kind of wonder why it didn't work the first time. The gore, the effects. There's blood galore in this flick. Tons of creative and brutal decapitations, some severed fingers, and gory impaling. It's half and half between practical and CG blood. The practical stuff is really impressive, especially for a TV movie. Also, the CGI is rather good. I'm always surprised with this movie's effects all around. They even used a real horse the horseman rides on, and a motorcycle. Yeah, that happens. The musical score, rock on with this movie's soundtrack, and gets creeped out with the movie's motion picture score. They got the Alan Howarth, who's done tons of John Carpenter movies as well as Halloween 2-6, to do the music for this very movie. That's impressive all by itself, but the music is actually genuinely atmospheric too. I love this movie. Always have. It's a fun, creepy, and gory good time. While the acting and characters could turn people off from it, I still think it was all part of the charm of the film. Don't just watch it. Buy it. It's worthy of being in any horror fan's slasher collection. Don't lose your head. Overall, I give Headless Horseman a 4 out of 5. I am not 100% sure why this is called the final cut. Maybe because the TV version is 87 minutes, while this one is 92, but I digress. I am Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.